Welcome to Technique Friday with Els. Today I'll be creating a tropical card perfect for the summer. So the dies that I'm using for this card are the Tropical Florals die set. So that comes with 2 flowers, a bigger and a smaller one, and then 2 different leaves. The stitched hexagons, the stitched squares, and all those basic dies that you are using so much, and then the fitted squares. And then of course I'm using the stamp set, so the Beach Sentiments clear stamp set. So it has We Flamingo Together, Happy Summer, Tropical Vibes, little palm trees and sunglasses. The Aloha that I'm going to use for this card, Life's Beach, Relax, Summer Fun, some nice flowers, Let's Have a Drink and Soak Up the Sun, and Cheers. All ingredients for a great holiday. And then this one, the paper pack that I'm using, it's the Healthy Lifestyle, and I'm using this sheet from that paper pack. So I'm going to put this away. So let me get the card here. So that's the base card that I have. I already stamped the Aloha on our soft finish cardstock using a stamp platform. And then here I have the different flowers, the centers, and the little stamps there. So let's start with the leaves, and I cut some. Like this is the release sheet from the tape, so I don't need to clean my mat all the time. So I'm using the Twisted Citron and the Mowed Lawn for the leaves. Oh, I already have my felt on. So I'm going to start with the lighter color. And then I'm going to add a little bit of the darker. If you want to have it just light, you can leave those tips a little bit lighter if you want to. That's all up to you, whatever you prefer. And I'm using the ink on our white soft finish cardstock, so you have that beautiful texture. And again, if you didn't try it yet, you should, because it's so beautiful to work with. A little bit more. And then I'm going to add a little bit of darker color on the tips and in the center. I'm going in a little bit here. I'm going to do the same with the other leaf. So that's one. And this one. Going to do the same, so start with the light first. Just a circular motion. You can dab a little bit as well, depending on what I do, but most of the time I do a circular motion. And then I'm going to add a little bit of the Mowed Lawn on the side as well. That's that one. Put it away. And I'm going to shape them a little bit later when I'm going to put the card together. So those are my 2 leaves. And then I will do, so put this away, another sheet for my centers of the flowers. And then you will see with the flowers itself, I will shape them a little bit using Susan's tools, like Susan's garden tools. And of course these are beautiful flowers, but if you want to see realistic flowers, go to Susan's garden page and you will find Susan's Garden Club it is, I think. And you go there and she makes the most beautiful, realistic flowers. Oh, turn around again. So those are done. And this is the tea dye that I'm using here. And then I have the 2 flowers for 2 colors for the flowers. Well, those look tropical or not. So I have the mustard seeds and the picked raspberry. So for the centers of the flowers, I'm only going to use the mustard seeds. I'm just going to kind of from the outside in a little bit, that it's a little bit stronger color on the outside. And then a little bit of, you see it stays a little bit lighter in the center. And again, I save all my release sheets for my tape because I can use that as little craft mats as well. So I don't need to clean it up all the time. That's that. And now I'm going to take the flowers itself, and I'm going to start with a little bit of the mustard seed in the center as well. So I'm just going to kind of touch it a little bit in the center, and then it goes a little bit to the outside, and then I'm going with my picked raspberry in there. And the picked raspberry, I'm going to make a strong color, so you have like a really nice bright flower. So that's that one. And then I'm going in with my, and you will see how those flowers pop when you start using this color. There you go, you see. And you just go into that yellow, to that mustard seeds a little bit. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but you will see that it has that really nice texture on the cardstock. Just add quite a bit of color here. So you can see how much fun this is. If you have like a beach wedding, would be nice for a beach wedding as well, to use the flowers. There we go. And then we're going to shape the flowers a little bit. So that's all for the inking. And let me show you. So this is the little foam mat, and then this is the tool set I'm using. So normally Susan is using this for her flowers, and I'm just going to take the ball stylus for this one, because I'm just going to kind of cup it a little bit like this. So just give it a little bit of shape, so it gives a little bit of 3D effect on the card. So I'm using the large ball stylus for this, and I'm doing the same with these pieces. I'm going to glue those in the center of the flower, and I will build them on the card so you can see how it works. That's it. So those are my flowers. Put this away. So this is the card. So I have a base card. The card is 5.5 by 5.5. A double-sided adhesive. So this is the stitched square that I'm using here. It's the largest from the set because it's a little bit bigger. I just cross over one time as well. Nice and centered. I think we're good here. So then I take my fitted square. Oh, I already put tape on that one. And if you use the stitch and the fitted, it will just be a, as it's named, a perfect fit in the stitched one. So this is that Mowed scrap paper that I'm using here. Need to line it up nice so you have a nice little stitched edge here. Then I'm going to put this one down. Center that one. Make sure it's correct. Here we go. And in the Aloha, a piece of 3D foam in the center here, because I'm going to slide those leaves underneath there. And I actually should measure it with a ruler, but so I'm just going to bring the piece of paper in to, because normally I use a ruler, but didn't bring it. You see, so now I need to go down a little bit because I want to line it up perfectly with the big hexagon. This should be it. Yeah, now we're good. Then I'm going to glue my leaves first. I'm going to take some of the kids glue. Just going to put that on my craft mat. And this one I'm just going to, because I'm going to fold it on the nerve line here. And I might, let me see, slide, maybe I just trim off the stem in this case. Just get a little bit of glue. and then slide it underneath here, like that. I'm going to take the second one, just bend it a little bit. I'm going to take off a little bit of the stem as well. Just drag it through that glue a little bit here, and then it's going here. Doesn't it look tropical already? And then I'm going to flowers on. I'm going to take a wooden stick here. Just add a little bit of that kids glue in the center. Take my tweezer, and that's going to go about here. And then I'm going to pick up the big center. So you're not going to press it down because you want to have that dimension there. And this one goes like that. And just drop it on here. And then I'm going to take that center, and I'm also just dragging that through the little bit of the glue only in the center. And you just drop it on here, and this will dry like this. I'm going to do the same with the other two. Let's see, we're going to put this one. I want that curve to go that way. I'm going to put a small one on there right away as well. I want to go that way. Look how fun that's going to look. This was such a fun card to make. Josette actually created the card, and I recreated it, but it was so much fun to do with the color. Just makes you happy. And the smallest one. And our fine pointed tweezers are perfect for this. You can just do fine work here. And this will dry like this. And that finishes the card. Thank you for watching. I've suggested a couple of videos I think you enjoy as well, and don't forget to download the free project sheet and subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you next time!